Hello everyone! I'm Grim. I'm a freelance artist who also enjoys world building and storytelling. This week, we're going to return to the celestial train setting that I introduced in the first video I made this year, and we're going to talk about character design while I design one of the ticket takers that I mentioned in the initial lore video. If you want to know more about that, be sure to check that video out after this one. I'll link it in the cards or the description somewhere. But for now, all you need to know is that this is the attendant and ticket taker on a magical infinite train. Before we get into things, I also want to note that there will be no video next week because I'm on vacation, but after that, we'll be right back to it. Now, let's step into an overview of the design process before we jump into actually designing. So when I design a character for my own purposes, I tend to bounce between initial steps as needed, letting the process work together organically. However, I always start out by answering the following questions. What is this character going to do, both literally in-world and narratively speaking? What should the other characters think of them, and what should the viewer think of them? And lastly, what is the overall style / aesthetic / genre that I am working in? Once I've answered those questions, at least with a couple sentences or words, I'll pull those into a list of wanted features in a design, and I jump into gathering references and sketching. And as I gather references and sketch, I may get more ideas to refine the answers I had before. So let's apply this design process to the Celestial Train's ticket taker. First off, what will this character do? The ticket taker is going to do exactly what it says on the tin, taking the passengers' tickets and clipping them to admit them onto the train. Additionally, they'll also function like a butler and guide to the passengers. They'll also be unnervingly involved and present as well. As far as what should other characters think of them and what the viewer should think of them, I'd like passengers to implicitly trust them, at least initially, and I'd like the viewers to do the same, although I think savvy viewers will be keen to mistrust them. And what is the overall style, aesthetic, genre that I'm working in for this ticket taker? This is going to be whimsical Victorian, something akin to Infinity Nikki and Kirby. Maybe even pulling in some Lolita fashion, but we'll see how it goes once I have references. So putting all of my ideas together, the features that I'm going to want in this design is going to be a real-life conductor outfit. I'd like to work in butler elements. I'd like them to convey a kindly attitude with some slight creepiness, perhaps with some hidden extra faces somewhere, almost like they literally have eyes in the back of their head. But we'll see how that goes. I'd also like to use bright colors that match the train, like gold, blues, pinks, and whites. So now, while the speed paint plays, let's reflect a little on the design process. While I was looking for references, I saw an image of a ticket taker carrying a passenger's suitcase, and I thought it would be really cool to include a suitcase in the design for my character. I had the idea that perhaps whatever is in the suitcase is what the ticket taker might need at any given moment to take care of one of the train's passengers, whether that's ranging from snacks to a first aid kit, or even weapons. I also tried out one more thing that I do sometimes when gathering references hasn't really given me a clear image of what I want for a character. And that is to use some sort of character creator to basically make a rough draft. Sometimes I'll use a few pickaroos, or in this case, I decided to use Hero Forge since I wanted to design the whole body. So while I was using Hero Forge, I saw a few theater masks, and I thought that it would be perfect for telegraphing the personality I wanted to convey. I want ticket takers to appear outwardly kind and jovial, but still very clearly hiding something, and a mask is a super easy way to do that. It also made it a lot easier for me to make them seem less individual, which that was a design goal that I had that I kept secret initially. There's supposed to be lots of ticket takers on the celestial train, so making sure they have a mask makes them seem a lot more like a massive hive mind, and you never quite know if you're talking to the same one as before. Additionally, I also managed to work out what I wanted to do with the skin and hair by using a hero forge. In keeping with the goals of depersonalization and inhuman elements, I decided that anything that would be skin or hair would be completely grayscale. Overall, I'm really happy with the result because I think I managed to capture a character that's fun and whimsical while still being pretty low-key scary. And there's your overview of how I approach designing characters with a bit of extra lore thrown in about the Celestial Train's Tickettaker. If this gave you a good overview of how I approach character design, let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to see more of what I make, don't forget to like and subscribe, ring the bell, all of those algorithm-pleasing things. As a reminder, there's no video next week because I'll be on vacation. But after that, we'll be back to it. In the meantime, if you want to chat more about art, character design, world building, all that good stuff, you should join my Discord. There's a lot of folks in there besides myself who enjoy all those things, so you're sure to find someone to chat with. Anyway, with that, I shall see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!